Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. The principle of rhythm highlights the transience of all things in the universe. Just like the principle of vibration, which I have another video if you are interested in watching, shows us how there is always movement in all stages of life. This movement occurs between the different poles of manifestation, like I mentioned in the principle of polarity, which, like I said, I have another video if you are interested in watching. There is always an action and a reaction, an advance and a retreat, a rising and a sinking. Seasons shift from spring to autumn, autumn to winter, and then they return to spring. The moon has several phases. The waves have their high and low tides. Just as these patterns are seen in our observable world, they are also seen on us. Financial markets have their periods of prosperity, like bull runs, periods of despair, like bear markets. Countries have time of peace and war, periods of labor and periods of hedonism. As I stated in the principle of correspondence, all of these principles operate on all planes, so the mental, the spiritual, and the physical. Easy to see the law of rhythm in our physical observable world, but it is also important to apply it to the mental plane. One of the most liberating things into the nature of emotions, understanding the concept of this too shall pass. Every emotion, regardless of how painful, pleasurable, depressing, or fulfilling it is transient. Much like the ocean, our emotions follow a rhythm. They are always in a state of flux. There is no such thing as absolute rest. There is rhythm in our emotion. We may want something one day, and years pass, and then we don't want it anymore. Or you obtain the desire, and you receive the temporary relief. Just as there is rhythm in our emotions, there is rhythm in our actions. Many of these actions operate subconsciously and are guided by the subconscious mind. Within the principle of rhythm, there is the law of compensation. The law of compensation is that the swing in one direction determines the swing in the opposite direction. It's a more universal application to Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Everything you do will be compensated in one way or another. If a pendulum has a big swing to the left, you can rest assured that there will be a big swing to the right. This can also